Outside the Wire doesn't set up an obvious sequel, so will Netflix greenlight Outside the Wire 2? Here's why a second film likely won't happen. Outside the Wire doesn't set up an obvious sequel, but will Netflix dish out more money for Outside the Wire 2 if the original proves popular enough? Based on early reviews, critics haven't found much value in the Michael Hafstrom action film, yet there's plenty of streaming potential with the MCU's Anthony Mackie in a lead role. As of now, Outside the Wire will need major views to warrant a sequel. Set during a European civil war, Outside the Wire follows a disgraced drone pilot named Thomas Harp Damson Idris, who gets recruited for a special military unit by a superior named Leo Mackie, who just so happens to be a fourth-generation, alpha male robot. The duo venture, outside the wall, to prevent a warlord named Viktor Koval Polo Azbek from getting his hands on a nuclear device, one that could quickly eliminate his enemies. Outside the Wire may not become one of Netflix's best movies, but success on the streaming platform isn't always linked directly to subjective reactions, particularly of critics. Continue scrolling to keep reading. Click the button below to start this article in quick view. Unsurprisingly, Outside the Wire includes some final act twists that complicate everything for Harp and Leo. There's a significant philosophical distance between the two, as the robot perceives the universe differently than his human comrade. By the final act, Harp must make a firm decision about his immediate future, which will also affect the fate of planet Earth. Here's what to expect for Outside the Wire 2, at least if it ever gets greenlit as one of Netflix's next upcoming movie projects. Outside the Wire 2 status. Netflix hasn't announced that Outside the Wire 2 will happen, and probably never will in all likelihood. However, there's a slim chance that a sequel could get made if the popcorn entertainment resonates with streamers, as it often does on Netflix. If the review consensus shifts a little more positively, that will probably get an added boost, but as the performance of Adam Sandler's Netflix movies confirms, that isn't always down to critical acclaim. If Netflix does happen to order a sequel, an announcement probably won't be made until later in 2021. Outside the Wire 2 release date. It doesn't seem like Netflix streamers will be using their social media accounts to demand the immediate order of Outside the Wire 2. If there does happen to be an online movement in support of a sequel, though, then it could potentially release by late 2022. In the event that Outside the Wire 2 does happen, it would make sense that Netflix may keep a slot on its schedule for 2023, just in case.